everyone. Happy, beautiful Thursday. I apologize for being late. I had a meeting or a call that went a little over, but I'm happy to see you here Thursday at 12:30. We do a stretch, a nice quick stretch to break up your day. I just did a workout outdoors, so I really need to stretch, so I'm glad that you're here with me. Hi, Vanessa. All right, so let's get started right away because I know I'm a little behind schedule. I did a lot of leg exercises today, so let's work on the hips a little bit. We're gonna take a nice wide stand like so. My hips are stacked over my knee, and this leg is outreached to the side. And as you can see, I'm gonna sit back, find that stretch, and breathe and hold. Lean forward, sit back a little bit more. If you need to open up, go ahead to find a deeper stretch. I want you to breathe into this area that you're feeling a nice big stretch. Ooh, it's a little tight and stiff for me because I've been sitting a lot and did a lot of plyometrics today, a lot of jumping. Okay, and now watch carefully. You can change the angle and find an angle that works for you. So I'm gonna slide it back, bring it back even more. Maybe I want it here. Maybe I want this knee further back. For me, right about there is where I feel it. I want you all to breathe into the adductor groin. Inhale. Picture the oxygen coming into these muscles and tissues. And exhale. See if you can let it melt. Deep breath in, inhale. And then exhale. See if you can deepen the stretch, maybe go a little wider. Hello. A little bit more of a splits position. And then slowly, whenever you come out of the stretch, slowly use your hand or anything to help support getting out of it safely. Let's do the other side. Find a spot that works for you. There, right there for me. And you know what, because we're just stretching, not super active, you can hold on to something so it's less work for you. This feels really good. Here's a trick to deepen the stretch a little bit more. You're gonna drop this hip down, and that will intensify the stretch. Let's take a deep breath here. And then you need to go wider for a deeper stretch, and more like a splits, go ahead. Sit your hips back, drop the hip down to intensify that stretch. And breathe. We've been sitting a lot, so it's really important to get in these areas. Next, we're gonna go right into the groin. Slowly come out of it, and we're going to take this frog position, so knees 90 degrees. Dorsiflex the toes to protect the knees and the ankles if you have any issues there. And you're gonna slowly drop down onto your forearms. If that's too much for you, you can use any surface, a pillow, something that elevates you, yoga blocks, foam roller. Ooh. And I'm gonna go a little bit wider because I can. This is completely up to where you're at. It's mimicking the splits almost, okay? But don't go too far, less is more. Change the angle so you can see. So let's take a deep breath. I want you to imagine the oxygen coming into the groin muscle. And sit back. Gently sit your hips back. Again, it shouldn't be painful. If it's too painful, you're gonna lean forward to gently come out of it. Deep breath in again. Let's add some PNF. So you're going to press your knees together into the ground. So I'm going to squeeze my knees into the ground gently. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Slow exhale and slow release with motor control and allow your hips to sit back. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, press your knees into the ground. And exhale, slowly release. Let's do one more. Press your knees into the ground. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and slowly come out of it. And to slowly release, I'm gonna click the heels together. Draw the knees together. Woo! And let's keep the knees together. And let's sway the hips side to side. Allow the hips to lift. This feels really nice on the low back and the hips. You might kind of do a gentle massage on the quads, the front of your legs. Whew. Wow, my hips are pretty tight today. Okay, so let's keep opening up the hips. I'm just gonna take my socks off. Okay. Now, arms out, reach in front of you. We're gonna squeeze the left glute, point the toe. Lift the leg up, bend the knee, keep the knee lifted up. And we're going to take that leg to the other side. Now, you can bend this leg and plant it here to help open up. You don't have to touch the ground, but the knee has to stay pointed to the sky. And now let's breathe into this twist. You can rest your head on the bicep. Deep breath in and slow breath out. Let's do a couple more breaths. I want you to keep that knee pointing up to the ceiling and out behind you so you can feel the stretch in the quad and hip flexor, okay? So deep breath into that hip flexor quad. Let's do one more. Good. Now engage the core to slowly, with control, come out of that stretch. Lovely. Let's do the other side. Okay. Squeeze the glute, point the toes, bend the knee, lift and twist. I want you guys to see. Okay. Hand to support. Breathe. Keep that knee up so the glute is engaged. You're trying to stretch the quad and the hip. I want you to breathe into this open space here. And with control, contract the abs and slowly come back onto your stomach. Draw the knees together. And let's just shake the hips. Now I'm going to show you a final stretch that is the best stretch ever. I swear. It gets the whole body and it really opens up your spine and your mid and upper back. Okay, so you're in this position. Take your right hand, slide it through, okay? And then take this left hand and reach behind you, all the cracks. Can you guys see? Okay, so I'm gonna do that again. Right hand, under, left armpit, left hand, reaches back. And I want you to breathe into that spinal twist and breathe into the areas you feel the biggest stretch, any areas of tension. Good. And let's take it back. Now that's one of my favorite stretches. Let's do the other side. Left hand weaves underneath. Right hand opens up. Oh, jeez. Deep breath and allow yourself. For me, I feel a lot of stretch in the right QL and my pecs, shoulder, bicep. Breathe. And allow the body to slowly deepen into the stretch. Engage the core before you roll out of it. And let's draw the knees together and see how that feels. I just ate lunch. Okay, so let's now do a counter stretch. Just because we put the spine in a little bit of extension, let's take it into flexion. So we're gonna come into child's pose. Walk your fingertips away and sit your hips back to lengthen the lats and the spine. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Now we're going to walk our hands to the left because we want to stretch this whole side. Okay? Walk your fingertips away, sit your hips back in the opposite direction. What I actually like to do here, so that I'm not trying to dig my fingers too much and I can let the shoulders relax into stretch, watch what my hands are doing. I'm going to reach and find that stretch here. My left hand is going to just hold this in place. And then this shoulder can relax really deep. And then you're pressing this, you're pulling this hand in away from you so you can lengthen the tissues. And then from here, we can do another twist. Take the right hand, weave it under. You can either stay here, or if you want more, hand comes behind you. Now, if you have shoulder issues, you don't have to do this. You can stay here. Now let's walk our hands to the other side. Okay, fingertips away, hips sit back in the opposite direction. You can place your outside hand onto the left hand. Stretch away. And if you like, you can leave it under, palm facing up so that you can get between the shoulder blades. So really slide it through. You can either stay here or take your hand behind. Rest your head on your bicep. This arm is still engaged so that I can feel the stretch, because if I let go, I don't feel that stretch as much, so I'm gonna keep reaching away. But let your neck relax. And let's slowly slide out of it, roll up one vertebrae at a time. You want the neck and chin to come up last. Let's roll the shoulders. Let's finish off with one more stretch, guys. Okay, just because I like this really gets into my lower back and hips. Okay, so if you can get into this position, the diamond position where the soles of your feet are touching, go ahead. If not, you can go into a regular cross-legged position. What works for you, your ankles can cross like so, extend your legs out. I'm gonna go into the diamond position because then I feel it more in my back. If you do cross-legged, you'll feel it more in your hips. So play around. Hands come over the ankles, okay, like this, grip. I'm gonna press my elbows into my legs and press them down. Whew. And let's breathe. I don't want this to be painful. We're gonna add some peanut. I want you to squeeze your knees together, so up into your arms. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Take the arms, splay them out a little bit more if you have the availability. Okay, let's do that again. Press the knees together, hold for 3, 2, one. Slowly release and extend. And breathe. Really important to breathe. My shoulders are relaxed. Now we're going to go into the lower back. So we went into adductors, groin. You're going to take your hands under this time. Okay, now you're going to take a deep breath in, lengthen, and exhale. You're going to you're going to pull your feet towards you as you fold forward. You might feel this along the spine, you might feel it in the hips, you might feel it in the lower back. For me, if I want more lower back, I'm going to have to go deeper, so I'm going to grab my feet and then really pull myself towards my feet. Now I feel it in my lower back. So you're going to have to play around with this. If you're more flexible, you might be able to get into this. If not, you might have already felt it if you're in this position. I'm trying to see, if you're in this position, your hands are going to come outside. You can grab your feet if you can and just fold forward. This can be more hips. Another alternative is if you just slide forward. Feels actually really good. I'm going to take a pillow for those who aren't as flexible. And just let that sort of hang. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. I actually like it like this, I can get deeper. Now we're going to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. You can switch legs here if you went cross-legged. If you're in a diamond position, we're just going to do it again. And slide. Remember, if you need to use something so your forehead rests properly, you can hold on to this. My hips are really tight, so let's hang out here, breathe. I also wanted to mention, if you have a hard time sitting cross-legged or a diamond, always add pillows under your knees. And you'll notice it's less intense. Feels really nice. Okay, let's finish off with one final stretch because I really want to open up my hip flexors and my front of my pelvis, front of my hips. Okay, I'm going to get into this position. Knees are both dropped to the left. Left hand reaches gently behind me, not too far out because we're going to lift ourselves up. I'm going to extend this top leg, dorsiflex the foot, so I'm drawing the foot towards me. Yes, there we go. Okay, and watch. I'm going to take this arm and sweep it up and over. I'm extending my hips forward to really open up this front side of my body. I'm going to reach back behind me. Now, I want you to use your eyes to look at your fingertips. And breathe. This arm should be nice and strong as if you were doing a side plank, so don't get lazy there. Let's breathe. And if you need to adjust so that your shoulders stack right over your wrists, please do so. Find the angles that work best for you. One more deep breath. And slowly make sure you roll out of it so my arm is reaching overhead and still coming forward as I come down. Feels really nice. Other side. This is our last stretch. And then I'll let you go. Extend. Sweep the arm forward. Press the hips towards me. And look at your fingertips. Readjust if need be. Be strong in that shoulder. My glutes are engaged. Take a deep breath in together. Last deep breath. And then reach towards me as you lower. Whew. Okay, well I hope you guys like that. I definitely needed that today, so I appreciate you joining me. I will be back next Thursday. This weekend's gonna be a crazy weekend as I have my workshop this Sunday. So those of you that signed up, I'm super excited to meet you. So make sure you're ready for a half day of fun where we dive into your business and we help you generate 5K months. All right, I'll be here next Thursday at 12:30 for a stretch. See you guys soon. Bye, love you, Vanessa. Yeah, every Thursday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time.